What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. We have some absolutely monumental news coming out. As of right now, Xavi is set to continue as the Barcelona manager and fulfill his contract until 2025. So many questions. I am in absolute shock. I've been saying that if Xavi wins the Champions League Clasico final 10-0, I don't think he'll stay. He got clapped by PSG, lost the Clasico in the league, and now he's staying. I am in absolute shock, but I'm also over the moon. Now, as we all know, post El Clasico, a lot of the media was saying that Xavi might stay, he's changing his mood, all this sort of stuff. There's now some optimism, and I told you guys in the video yesterday that today there's going to be a big emergency meeting and everything will be decided. Now, this morning, Mr. Negative himself, he's blocked me on Twitter for a reason, the bloody twat, Tony Juan Marti. Oh, Xavi's more outside Barcelona than inside Barcelona. Within the last hour, things have changed. Mateo Marito came out saying that Xavi is exhausted. He doesn't really want to continue. Here's the thing. So, Barcelona... So first of all, there was a board meeting this morning with Joan Laporta, Uste, Enrique Masip, the big heads at Barcelona. Then there was a second meeting when it was just Deco and Xavi. And then they all had a reunion at Laporta's house. So following Laporta's meeting, he then went to his house with the, Rafael Uste and Enrique Masip at Echeverri as well. Deco and Xavi concluded their individual meeting, and they went to Laporta's house to have this big meeting. And from that, they've come out with this outcome. Now, also during that time frame, Joan Laporta came out saying the sensation, in my opinion, is that Xavi feels hurt by the conditions the club set for him. Apparently, the club want him to change some of his coaching staff, and the coaching staff was confirmed. One of them is the fitness and the physical trainer, Ivan Torres. Second one is bloody Xavi's brother, Oscar Hernandez. Those two are the two a part of Xavi's staff that the club wanted Xavi to sack completely. Now, Ivan Torres, sure, makes sense. Physically we haven't been that great, whatever. But asking Xavi to sack his brother is meant to by the club, but there's a reason why. Also, there were some reports about Rafa Marquez, dropping out, not being a priority. And what did I tell you guys in my exclusive video? The only way Rafa Marquez is not the manager is if Xavi stays, and that's why Rafa Marquez's name has been dropping off. There were some reports that, the club are looking at managers outside of Barcelona, Tuchel, Flick, maybe Luis Enrique is their dream, but they can't get him. All waffle. They were going to get Rafa Marquez 100%, but Xavi has stayed. That's why. But back to the coaching staff. What the club wanted was Xavi to bring in Dominic Torrent. Now, Dominic Torrent is, of course, the former Galatasaray manager who took, of course, Iñaki Peña on loan there. We faced him in the Europa League in the 21-22 season. Also, former assistant of Pep Guardiola at Man City. He's worked at Barcelona before. Very experienced manager that has all these availabilities. The club wanted Xavi to add him to his coaching staff. Whether he's going to still join or not, whether or not Oscar Hernandez gets removed or not, I have absolutely no idea. But this is a big brain play by the board. Again, they're not telling Xavi, sack your brother because we just want you to be different. They want him to sack him for a reason. They don't think he's good enough. And bringing in Torrent would have been brilliant. There were some reports that, the club, if Xavi does not stay, they want to bring in Hansi Flick and Dominic Torrent. That kind of manager combo. You have Flick, the big one who's going to coach, and Torrent going to be the assistant to kind of, connect everything. Of course, he's, from native. He's Barcelona. He can speak the language, everything like that. So that would have been interesting. Now, these reports came out that the club wanted Xavi to, bring in Dominic Torrent in part of his coaching staff. Then following that, like 20 minutes later, it broke initially from Fernando Poto from Mundo Deportivo. Then everyone came out confirming it. Roger Solero, Fran Martinez, Helena Codez, Joan Laporta, that Xavi will continue until 2025 and fulfill his contract with Barcelona. President Joan Laporta will appear tomorrow in the media to explain the doubts that have risen in recent days, but there is already a verdict. Holy crap. So Laporta is going to come out face to face. This is what we want in a president: transparency. Laporta has been doing this since he joined. When we know we were doing terribly when he first came in, he made these videos about we're going to be back. He's been nothing but transparent. He's going to do the same. He's going to face the media. He's going to say, look, this is what we thought about Xavi. This is why we want him to stay. This is what we asked him to do. What the changes are going to be happening. That press conference is going to be big, and I will cover tomorrow on the channel. But Xavi stays. I'm very happy because this was the correct decision. You have to stick with the project, stick with the man that was going forward. I'm quite surprised. I'm not quite surprised. I am beyond shocked that Xavi has changed his decision twice. He firstly changed after the Clasico, saying that, okay, yeah, I might stay. Then all of a sudden today, after the club told him to sack and fire your own brother, that he's going to stay again. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if Torrent is coming in. I don't know if Xavi's being backed in the summer. I don't know if Xavi can stay beyond 2025 or not, because the quote is he will fulfill his contract. Of course, his contract ends in 2025. But if he does well next season, will he stay? If he wins the treble, he's getting a new deal or what? If he wins the Champions League, if he wins the La Liga, what's going to happen? Is there a potential future for Xavi, or no matter what, next season he's done? That could be a scenario. Like, he can go undefeated, 60 wins out of 60 wins, treble, but he will not continue. I have no idea. But Xavi, si queda. I'm now gonna go on Twitter and see if anything's come out. This is why I take my time with these videos, and this is why I also never believe the hype. In Barcelona, it's a roller coaster until everyone unanimously agrees on a verdict, which they have with Xavi staying. That's when you make it official. This morning, oh, Xavi might not stay. This Mr. Negative 21 Marti always coming in with this crap, and this is why, you know, he's blocked me on Twitter, because I've called him out for it. I'm just going to check Twitter real quick. Nothing's happening. Yep, Xavi's staying. This press conference tomorrow is going to be huge. I'm going to try my best to cover it. I would love to cover it live, but I don't know. So Laporta is the main one who backed Xavi, according to Alex Pentel from Relivo, which of course makes sense. Again, the board was apparently split, but of course, in the end, Laporta has the final decision. I think Laporta has made 100% the correct decision here. Again, there's no really managers available either. It's either Xavi or Flick and Torrent or Rafa Marquez. I think Xavi is still the best option. Maybe the other players will be happy as well, that they can, you know what, redeem Xavi, show him that, you know, that he's a good manager, stuff like that. But this is huge. I am so shocked that Xavi changed his decision. I don't know if I should be happy that he's staying or worried that he's staying. Not worried in the sense of his ability, but worried in why he changed his decision. I've never seen a Barcelona icon or player change his decision. You know, I've seen Valdez, Puyol, Pep, Enrique, Xavi himself as a player, Iniesta, Mascherano, Messi, Suarez. I've seen legends, Piqué, Busquets. I've seen legends of this club leave, and when they made that decision, they never turned. So I'm very surprised that Xavi changed his mind. Has he changed his mind because of the love of the club? Again, you go back to the initial report here from Mateo Morito. Xavi is exhausted, and it's not all clear if he'll continue or not. People close to him remain pessimistic about him staying, even more so now. Of course, that's now different, but he's exhausted. And he said this when he resigned on January 31st. Now, the question is, if he resigns next season, will everyone believe him or not? That's going to cause an even bigger stir, because I don't think Xavi will ever, you know, announce he's resigning. I don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow, when Laporta speaks to the media, madre mia. Subscribe, drop a like, get those notifications on, because that video is going to be huge. I don't know what Laporta is going to say. Oh, is Torrent coming in? Do we not back Xavi Hernandez and Ivan Torres? Now, this is another big thing, and I tweeted this when this happened. Make sure you follow my Twitter, Barca Boy, right down there, Barca Boy 103 on Twitter. I tweeted this. No matter what now, Xavi Hernandez and Ivan Torres are screwed, because now they know, and everyone knows, that the board don't think they're good enough. So now if they're here next season, when you see Ivan Torres, you know, clapping his hands and helping the players warm up before the game and stuff like that, you see Xavi Hernandez there on the touchline with his you know, AirPods in, we're going to know that the Barcelona board don't back them and don't think they're good enough at this level. And they're basically staying because they're Xavi's mates. I don't know, they might end up leaving now because Xavi's staying. I have no idea. We don't know the details. All we know is that Xavi's staying at this point. So we don't know what's going to change. But again, as a fan, very happy, very excited with what's to come next summer. Again, the big thing, what I talked about in the last video as well. If Xavi is staying, surely that means he's going to be somewhat back this summer. Are we getting Bernardo Silva? Are we getting Dani Olmo, Zubimendi, Kimmich, fullback, left winger? I have no idea. I'd be very surprised if Xavi continued with little to no resources in the summer. I think that would have been his main thing. Like, oh, Xavi, sack your brother, but we can sign Bernardo Silva and Kimmich in the summer. Again, returning the 1-1 rule, very important, and we'll talk about this in tomorrow's news video, which I did record before this happened, by the way. So stay tuned for that. Barcelona going back to the 1-1 rule should not be a problem, and we should be, of course, regular normality this summer, of course, barring registration issues, which are still going to be the case. But signing players, you know, on transfer fees installment shouldn't be a problem. I have no idea what's going to happen. We're going to get more details tomorrow when Laporta speaks to the media. But my God, Xavi is staying, and I don't know how I'm so shocked and confused and happy at the same time. I'm feeling all these emotions at once. I don't even know. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on Xavi staying. Do you agree with it or disagree with it? I know a lot of you guys agree with it. I know some of you guys are not really too keen on it. Look, for me, if a Luis Enrique, an Arteta, a Klopp, or a Pep was available, I understand why you're Xavi out. I understand why you want to switch the manager. We probably would have, to be honest. But the fact that there was no one out there, in my opinion, it's either Xavi or Rafa Marquez or Hansi Flick or Tuchel, I'm backing Xavi to the day I die. And the most important thing, again, is you have to back the sporting project. Did it fail this season? Yes. Were the minimum objectives reached, though? Yes. Minimum second place, bit of a title push. You got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And of course, you flopped in everything else. This season, overall, in my opinion, definitely was a failure. But didn't it all come down to Xavi? I think 10-50% of it was, Xavi's tactical point of view. Of course, he cost us in the Super Cup final, I would say. Apart from that, it's just been the players downplaying, players not playing crap, being a bit loose, key injuries. Of course, when Xavi announced that he was leaving, we got that big spark, that big bounce back where we went on the 15-game unbeaten run, which, again, in the end, crumbled in the most important moment. We'll wait and see. And again, it's going to have a big implication on the players' futures as well. Araujo, Frankie de Jong, all these players that, might not stay and stuff like that. Xavi will back them, of course, and continue them on. Again, the main plan, hopefully this summer, keep the core of the players and add maybe one or two to the current squad. But anyways, we'll wait and see. Tomorrow we're going to get more and more details. But for now, all we know is that Xavi will be the Barcelona manager next season, and he will fulfill his contract until 2025. Leave me your thoughts all in the comments down below on this entire situation. Drop a like if you haven't already, and of course, subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the coverage of Joan Laporta's press conference, talking about Xavi's decision and his decision to keep him and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys then. Take care, and Forza Barca.
Yeah.